to, oh, there we go. Peace, family. This is Mass KWESI with Go Hard Gambia. If this is your first time to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. My name is Mass KWESI BOYD. I moved over to the Gambia, West Africa, several years back. Most of the people watching know me, but if not, I talk about my repatriation journey. And in doing so, I came over about 7 to 8 years ago. I came over and realized I wanted to work and operate from here. But in recent years, just as more people from the States started coming into the country, we started seeing more of the same thing. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. And however, yesterday there was a situation. Hey, Maya, is that yours? Okay. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me. Angela Williams, how you doing, sister? You know, we have a lot of people that's looking to come over, and it's been a lot of division here. It hasn't been any secret. Today we can talk about all the problems that was taking place and where we are now. However, yesterday we were Keke, of course, Keke Love Nigeria. She's someone. Okay, Angela, great, you can hear me. Keke Love Nigeria. She is someone that did a lot of work in terms of looking into the character of the individuals that were responsible for, ruining a huge business opportunity here, a major business opportunity, and she did a lot of work in terms of researching and seeing what took place and what she have done. The work that she has done is something that is at a huge level because no one wanted to really address the elephant in the room. And I think culturally, we don't like to talk about the problem that we have in our community because most of our community is mostly dominated by women. And it's not a bad thing if things are done right, but there's a balance. So we must address that balance because we have imbalances in creation. We have sicknesses, we have war, and we have destruction. And that's been the plight of our community. So in any case, that plight has followed us here. Me, myself, I have family here. I always like to state that because I'm already locked in here. However, people that are coming over who might not be locked in like that, I always recommend that you adopt a family and work with a family in that type of way. So we just won't come and be they create more division by creating these communities of the diaspora that are detached from the local communities and things like that. So in any case, in this when we went to Solomon's, and the funny thing, Solomon's is a place where I started out with Juliet. Every Sunday we would go to Solomon's and meet and greet people. I met hundreds, if not well, I'll say about hundreds of people, maybe 1,000, because we didn't have a lot of people coming in at that time, but it was definitely hundreds of people. Yeah, at Solomon's we would do videos and things like that from there. And in any case, Keke contacted me. She's in the country. She said, "KWESI, let's go down to Solomon's." And I said, "Okay, cool." I jumped up. We went down to Solomon's, and when we walked in, we pretty much immediately bumped into Rick and Cynthia, who were sitting there. So there was, of course, there's been some, things that's been said between both groups, in terms of what took place, recently at Elvin's and things like that. And, so there were some problems there, like there have been. And like I've known Rick and Cynthia well before I knew Blacks and things of that nature. So in any case, based on all of the things that have been taking place, I've already positioned myself with certain. We have the prosecutor from the not the high court, the serious crimes unit, or in the Banjul. So the prosecutor, he is the same prosecutor that heard one of the Shantae, and I hate to even say names, but he, they, her and Juliet went there to try to press charges or get me arrested for something Juliet didn't have any business in, which was my business here, me and my former business partner. She had no business in that. And, she got with people that did not have an understanding of the market, and it created a lot of problems. It created huge problems that reached into the tens of millions locally, and then much more devastatingly, hundreds of millions of dollars in the repatriation movement as people watched from different countries, different parts of the world that were turned off and disgusted by the division that they saw here. And that's what it is. A lot of the truth has been out and put out there. Now we're going to a court process, and all of this take time. It's already been established. I've been cleared by prosecutor. He came yesterday because I've already made arrangements for KEKE to speak with him and some other individuals as well to create some type of, support group, some type of oversight committee. But at this point, it's the law enforcement authorities have to tell us what to do. I mean, there gonna have to be consequences and repercussions behind these actions that people are taking place in here, and in YouTube. And we have to use that responsibly. So, what we have to, it's just so much going on. There's people here who have already been hurt, already been dragged through the mud, and all of that craziness that was going on from the initial, division that was created through Blacksit, because she set precedents. She laid the foundation of how it was going to be here, because she was not an open person like that, brought a lot of division. So as they said, wickedness carried its own seed of destruction. And as time, a short period of time, we're only looking at a couple of years that all of this just turned upside down, and the true light has come out. So the prosecutor had came and he spoke with both parties. He spoke with Rick and Cynthia and let them know that the case that Shantae had is out of the criminal court system process. It's done. That was back last November. There's nothing that can be done. A civil case, what's the likelihood? That's all personal stuff. Like I said from day one, that's not stuff that should be on YouTube and what's going on with that type of business and things like that. Enough went out there that was just too many lies that destroyed everything. Anybody that can, that have any business mind and understand, liability. If somebody said, hey, this person, scammed me, right? And $1 million was lost in the process. And then it comes to find out it wasn't a scam. Now, who is liable? Who's responsible for the loss? But we don't want to take all of that and discuss that, because, like I said, the rabbit hole road runs deep. There was a lot of people out trying to get a piece of that market share that did not care about the people that was really coming over and wanted to work together, and that was trusting in brothers and sisters who they identified with. It's okay. Everybody's not going to identify with everybody, but people, if somebody identify with somebody else, you don't got to speak bad of them. You understand? Okay, that's what, come on. You go, if you like the B.A.G family, you can go to B.A.G. Anytime somebody come through and do here, they want to see B.A.G. Hey, you can see who you want. You go see Juliet. If that's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. I mean, but however, within recently, it just got to a point where it had to be said, hey, listen, you know what I mean? It's a lot of division. If you're dealing with them, I'm not dealing with you. If you're dealing with this one, I'm not dealing. And like I said, that got started years ago. And I spoke at that time, like with Juliet, because I knew, and everybody need to know this, they really need to know what's going on behind the scenes and on the ground here. But however, Rick and Cynthia have I've known them before Juliet, before they went back to the States to get all of their stuff. I was out at the land before they had their YouTube channel. But when they were gone, you know, I ended up working with Juliet because he had some projects going on. I was like, hey, listen, I can help you all. I can assist you. I can work with you guys, just like I tell everybody else. I can work with you. But that was just a short, brief conversation, and I wasn't even coming out of my house. Because I got in contact with Rick because from the States like 8 years ago. It's a brother that he has a Facebook page. His name is Baba, the bald head brother. And around that time, I used to communicate with him, and then Rick. We were like, I went back and forth with Rick a few times. This was like 8 years ago. So we made ourselves over here, and then like I said, we eventually met. That's how far back we go. But in any case, we go so far back that we should not be in a place where we're not communicating, because look what it has done. If we're here, we all have to have a mutual understanding and connection just for emergency and security purposes. You understand what I'm saying? If I know somebody, an American got attacked over here or something, I need to be able to call and say, hey, this or that happened, and it be credible. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff that's not credible has went out and has ruined a lot nefariously, intentionally. You understand? The whole. So in any case, I don't want to get into much of just anything that's going to lead towards more confusion. As I said, I had a situation here where I was assaulted by a white man, and I did find myself in the legal process here, and we have to. It don't even have to be you. You could be coming. You can be just just a peaceful person, and then somebody come and then they mess with you. You understand what I'm saying? And then when things don't work out for them well, and they end up something happening to them, and you end up defending yourself from these people, then we don't want to bring those type of problems over here. You understand what I'm saying? And so we have to just be very cautious of who we deal with and associate with. However, we are working to bring together a committee of people that's going to be decision makers. We have some and help as far as accountability and integrity over here. And I think those who are watching, who have been around for a while, and who are influential people in the society and business people, you understand the importance. We should understand the importance, because if we have one person like Juliet Ryan come into the market and wreak havoc the way that she did, and go unchecked, then nothing's gonna work. Nothing's gonna pan out from the movement. Everything that followed behind that is just gonna be a duplication of that, and then before you know it, like I said, Adrian said I would be out the country. I was leaving the country and I wasn't coming back, in support of, the propaganda that Juliet put out there, and the whole defamation attack, and the corporate takeover, because that's what it was about. It was about money. At the end of the day, we have many people coming over, hundreds of people that signed up to our community, and they were ready, willing, and able to invest in a collective way. And one person, because of jealousy, didn't want that, violated the truce that we had. I had a truce. Adrian came right up these stairs that's right here, that come around here. Adrian and Juliet been in here multiple times. And, however, the last time Adrian been here, we had a truce, and that's just before, when we started working with our Kathy, and all of this stuff spilled into a whole giant mess, a whole embarrassment for many people that we are still dealing with. We cannot support people who are intentionally bringing instability to the country, because it will affect you. It will affect your life. You can't sit back and not know and understand conflict. It happens every day in our community. You go in another area of town, go over there acting the fool, and see what they're gonna do to you. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. You're going into these African nations. Don't be naive to think that you're at a level that they're not. Okay, so it might not be as aggressive as far as how we kill each other. But in any case, you're definitely not going to come over here and harm any of the people that are in any of these countries. You understand what I'm saying? I said yesterday I saw a brother and have a confrontation with a Gambian brother, and I was like, hey, listen, something has to be done, because as soon as that start happening, you can guarantee if you got any investment over here and you're not married over here, you're going to be losing. You're going to lose it because you're going to have to leave out the country, and it could be one incident. Think about what I'm saying. That's not, just think about it. If somebody come over here and do something from diaspora, come over here because nobody over here is checking them, and however, even amongst our community, we don't want to be having confrontations where we have to feel like, oh, if I go out, I have to be ready for anything. We didn't come here for that. So communication is important. We're opening those channels. So in any case, the prosecutor, they're taking notes. Everything is being reported. As I said, you have individuals. It's been shared with me that Juliet is still encouraging these people towards, only ruining things for everybody. You understand? Somebody dead wrong, and then you try to support them only to continue to harm and for them to cause harm to themselves. That's crazy. Just taking people, man, and just throwing them under the bus, and just the whole movement, just the whole movement. There was a lot of emotions there, and I'll tell everybody, I'm the calmest person that you can meet. We always want to de-escalate situations because ultimately we want to be able to be people that have honor, people that have some uprightness about them. Gambia is a peaceful country. It's not a country of drama. All this drama that is coming over here. We need to set up things for people, Gambian government, if you're listening, there need to be mental health checks or awareness, in terms of the repack community, which is coming into the country. And like I said, just one person, with the YouTube following could really wreak havoc in terms of business relationships. And we've seen it with the land. All the land that's been sold, and everything that took place with that, half the people got a bad deal. And then even if you were able to get through the first, actually purchasing the land and being able to clear it, and people have purchased land and they're building and they have stopped building because they can't get permits and things that's needed because the land, capital gain taxes were not paid on the land. So you had all of this scamming that was going on, and when we came together to build a community, a legitimate community, the person that was doing all of the scamming, the land scamming, but they tried to, create a confusion, which they did. Okay, all of the wickedness that they had going on, and they wanted to put that on me and my business partner. And then they had people that came who was a part of the community. See, as a community, we tear it down as a community. And we weren't ready for that level. It still can get done, but not at that level. Where we all think we're just going to come together because there's too many evils involved. Too many people just don't want to sit down at the table and do things for the right. A lot of people are just out for themselves. At every level, from the top to the bottom. And so we understand that, so we know how to move now. In any case, after this confrontation that took place yesterday, we sat down and we have been able to talk about some things, some misunderstandings that, that led to all of this division. And as I always said, there was one person who set precedents, and then from there, it was a lot of wickedness behind the scenes to make sure that everybody was divided. And I'm talking, thousands of lies, hundreds, and constant lies, constant manipulation, constant bullying, from the main YouTuber over here. However, that era, we're past that point. We're moving past that point now. So that's a beautiful thing. Especially like I said, people from the UK. It's a lot of cool people from. It's only a few people that's just messing up the reputation for other people. We all have differences. Like I tell you, everybody, we all have differences. So you have good people from UK, you have bad people. You have good people from the States, you have bad people. You have good white people, you have bad white people. Understand what I'm saying? However, it's not even about color. That's all stuff that the global elite put in place. All of these isms and all these small differences, so they can bleed the world dry and then have the whole world impoverished. I watched a disturbing video with Elon Musk and Jack Ma of Alibaba, and they were talking about within the next 20 years, they're saying, it's going to be a dramatic population decrease. If I don't say anything else in this video that's important, this is the most important thing, because we know the whole program of depopulation. You have these billionaires. Elon Musk. They said he's about to be a trillionaire. Look that video up. I was about to snap it the other day. However, so we know how that is going to play out in these cities and towns, and we see all of that taking place with COVID and how they get rid of the elderly and the ones who are the weaker ones in the society. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. It's deep. A lot of I've heard about it 18 years ago when the Black Panther brother told me to get the Behold the Pale Horse, read the One World Order, look up Illuminati, look up Trilateral Commission on Foreign. It's all blatant now. It's right in the open. They talk about it, the new norm. So we're here. We need to be able to secure ourselves while we're here in preparation for anything that may come that would disturb the supply chain. If you're in cities like here, you can see cows. Here you can see chickens. Here you can see sheep, and so you can actually get your food. But if Walmart go down, that not so much so. Now they're arming everybody. I don't mean to go off the subject because we as a people we deal with the same crap all the time. It's just us not building and coming together and talking, and reaching out. Sometimes just miscommunications. You understand? We need to reach out, because if we don't reach out and we're the ones that's the responsible parties, every little two-bit hustler is going to inject themselves in the situation, and just people with just general chaos minded people that want to keep up drama. The people that when they see a video, they say, "Oh, did you see that video? Oh, you see this video?" You understand what I'm saying? We sat down with the prosecutor, and we'll be meeting with the prosecutor again. So the prosecutor's office is watching everything. It's going to be a big court case. It's going to be a process as well. So those who are out there looking, we are at that point, and we're going to move forward with positivity. I'm changing my channel, and I'm going around, and I'm just building my channel in a way where people can see more of me and how I move, what I do, and that that way you get an understanding of like I said, I don't need a YouTube channel. You don't have to have a YouTube channel to be wealthy. I never wanted a YouTube channel. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't have that type of platform. However, I've made a commitment to come and create that platform and take what I've learned, and be able to use it in a positive way here. I've trained many people. You can check out my website, investrelocatafrica.com. And, we've created some high-powered intellectual properties that were able to generate, hundreds of thousands of revenues and investments, as well as, millions of dollars in pledges towards investments and land development. And that's all tangible and on paper, and you cannot fake that. That's real movement activity where we're all coming together. We're all stronger together. You understand what I'm saying? We got 100 of us, 500 of us. We create some committees. That's what we started doing. That was going down. We had committees. We had the education steering committee. We had the financial committee, and we had data. just like Bank of America, can log on and you can check your account and things of that nature. Oh, thank you, Angela Rogers. You have done better. For a long time, they wanted to cripple me. Here, they try to blackball me, but you can't blackball, a boss, a whole bunch of broke losers. You understand what I'm saying? So they tried to stop the inevitable by creating a whole wave of people. You see, everybody that came early, and they all got together in this, collective of hate, and then their relationships went sour immediately. And, in the midst of that, while people were coming over here with small resources looking to establish themselves, you have people right in the movement, in the coalition of African descendants, at most two down there, that were just driving people into bad leases, bad, relationships, bad business leases where they were going in and, buying restaurants and things. That got to be one of the hardest markets in the world. You understand? When we come together, we should be bringing in machinery. Hey, we need to bring in some, let's produce mango. Every group here is known for something. The Indians, they have stores and they do real estate. All right. The Nigerians, they're importing, dealing in wood. I mean, look it up. Big Z, if you're watching, put the link down here. It talks about what's imported, exported. They put it in the social media. Has been out there, and they show, a breakdown of the people that were foreign nationals in this country that were benefiting from a high level, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in annual revenue, money's going in and out of the country. I was in the Maroons the other day, and it was a black brother from UK. And I think he was Gambian, though, and living in the UK. He was one of those brothers. And he was like, he saw the peanuts, and he was like, these peanuts come from Gambia, but they packaged from the UK. So they got the peanuts from here, brought them over there, put the, what's they, honey? I think they were like honey roasted peanuts. But he was like, yeah, and send them back here and charge 2 or 3 times more for it. What we can have at Walmart's here? What we can have at Sam Clubs? It's something like a dollar store size, like, just something small where you can go in. And a brother, he has a construction company. I'm going to see him from the States. You guys can look him up. And he got deported back here. He was on, what's that? Gano. If you look up Gano, he's a brother that made content. But the brother was saying, yeah, the brother, actually, I'll leave on money. But in any case, those who have YouTube platforms, we have a responsibility to steer our people in the right direction. Like, that's not going to happen. So our people, we also have the responsibility to be able to assess, where we want to be. Now, we have to prepare 20 years, 30, 40 years down the line. Coming over here, buying a house, like I said, and you're in a community that, correct, that's what we as the diaspora should change to help our people. Like I said, KEKE, like from day one, I didn't play dirty at all. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't want that type of thing. Like I said, before everybody came over here, I had a serious charge that I had to pay to come out of, because I didn't start that. Somebody else started it, and as we say, I finished it, but it finished my pockets. I had to I had to sell land that I bought with Juliet, and that was a whole story there. You understand? I had to go through a 6-week court process, and you're gonna have to, if you hurt someone here or if you're gonna pay, you have to compensate that person. So it's not like the US where you go to jail, but if you don't come up with that money, you're gonna go to jail. So like I said, I was one of the first people here to go through that process, because I was assaulted by somebody for something that I didn't do. And in any case, I'm not quick to get myself back into those type of situations, But like I said, if you put your hands on me, it's definitely gonna go to that situation. And that's why it's important that we protect our community. If we have community of people, it's just going out during the daytime is very taxing as far as the sun. These vehicles don't have AC in it. If we have a community and we have a commissary. Maybe you can order your stuff, your snacks, your goods. We can put all of that stuff over in containers. It's taking the turnaround time for containers are taking longer. So it's more of a demand for us to be strategic in what we do for those who are listening and those who are ready for that type of situation. And as I said, Kiki, with her research that she has done, when we go through the court process, I mean, it's just going to be a huge embarrassment. It's just going to be a huge embarrassment, and you know, but too much focus, like I was said, YouTube platforms, people who have platforms, who at that time who saw this situation taking place, most people stayed away from it. However, one guy was paid that was a part of the whole conspiracy and made his whole career off of Art Kathy Hills and KWESI Boyd and the whole drama that was taking place down here and promoting it. And then we had a few other people that fell into it. So in any case, it has this person was brought into the fold by somebody that was supposed to be a Pan-Africanist. So now we got to be strategic. We know like 80% of the community is just going to fall into a pattern of consumerism, and they're going to be, if there is anything, if the country ever came to a high alert to where they're saying, hey, American citizens need to leave, 80% of the people are going to leave and go back to the States. 70%. And whatever they have here, businesses or homes or land, they'll probably never come back for that. Most of the people 70% of the people that brought the land can't even afford to build a house on it at this time. So people already have situations where they're just going to lose. People brought land at that time, and then they got disappointed and offset and just taking that as a loss. It's anybody that came to us, we're not going to have no loss, but we're gonna have to be patient though. We're gonna have to persevere. I have watched many videos where the brothers and sisters from Africa harvest food and sold it in trucks. Sold it in trucks to UK, China, India, sold back to the people who actually harvest the products. Yep. That happens a lot. We want to offset that. Let's say Kiki. Yes. They know it. It was a lot going on. Let me see. In any case, I just wanted to speak because I had a few people asking me, and they saw me speaking with Rick, and they know that we definitely had a problem with the Elvis situation. So with that, like I said, I don't care. You can attack me, do whatever you want to do to me. But anybody, I tell people that come to me, come to me and that want to go deal with anybody, you don't have to go over there and say, hey, yeah, I live with KWESI, that's my man. I got a lot of people over here. That's why I'm telling people, we can't be divided. And I have a lot of people coming over here because it's going to cause what we call a beef. You understand what I'm saying? And and we don't want larger numbers of people over here like that, or we just need to open up communications, and that's what we're working on with the professional team of people. And we'll be seeing the prosecutor this week, meeting with him, talking with him, and people that are the situation with me and then the ones that I'm dealing with the legal process. At this point, everyone should know that that shouldn't even be in the public anymore or even talked about, because at this point, being that I've been absolutely cleared of that and our Kathy has been cleared of that, at this point, if anything, we should be addressing the elephant in the room, which we have to address. That shouldn't have any more power, like the fake power that is being given, that it don't have any power in it. You can't win when you're wrong. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? You know what I'm saying? Come again. So next video, like, share, and subscribe. Mass KWESI, go hard, Gambia.